Uh, I will be speaking about, the starting will be why a student goes to school. You see, this is one question we need to always ask ourselves and try to find out the answers for it. So when I answer a question, when a student poses to me, I've been with students for very, very long time, almost close to 35 years, and also been a student for life. I still spend almost 8 to 9 hours studying, learning, growing, progressing, and realizing. So if somebody asks me what is the fundamentals which helps you to live your life, and I say that it's learning, growing, progressing, and realizing the truth. It happens spontaneously when there is a deep urge to know. So I want you all to be on that path, because I have experienced the joy of learning, and hence I'm sharing with you all. So coming to the point that you should be asking a question: why do I come to college or school to acquire knowledge, or why do I learn? And so the answer, when the students pose this question to me, I answer to them by saying that, you see, we go to an academic institution to acquire knowledge, skills, and tools to come and realize your full potential as a human being. So you come to acquire the tools and knowledge and skills, I repeat, to become a very competent human being in this world. So when you know very well that why you come to school, you will be so beautifully driven to what is right. And the end point, what benefits you receive when you are acquiring knowledge is that when you acquire knowledge, skills, and your competency improved, you will be beneficial, number one, to yourself. Number two, you will become beneficial for this family. Number three, you become beneficial for the society. And then you become beneficial for the country. So you have to keep in mind that this is the way it should be understood. What is education, and why do we acquire education in an institution, and what happens, what should you look forward to? Are you able to understand the things that is happening in this world? You are able to bring out the best in you. Are you able to bring out the best in you? Do you understand? You need to understand how your mind works, how your body works, this beautiful machine that you are. It is best to look at yourself as a machine which is very, very capable, which is fitted with the best machines possible, the best computer possible, and designed by the creator himself. So you should know how amazing and special and unique you are. So you should know how the body works, how the mind works, how your intellect works. So there will be no confusion, no doubts as to how to have a larger memory, how to sharpen your intellect, how to understand this world, how to be on a quest for knowledge and understanding. All these questions will be answered to you by itself. So you should have a very good understanding of all the subjects that you learn in school. The subjects, I'm sure I repeat, the maths, the physics, the geometry, the geography, history, all those things that you learn. Also, this self-awareness should also be added to it. So what happens is, slowly and surely, you will have a beautiful understanding of what this world is, what this universe is, what is this truth. So there should be a quest for knowledge. So when you come to the school every morning, you should come with the desire to know. There should be a burning desire in your mind to know what is truth. Not everything which is said and written is gospel truth. There are doctrines which probably may not have stood the test of time. I consider you all as souls, and you are no less. You must be 15, 16 years old or even lesser. but it's okay. There's so much of knowledge that is within you. You need to only unfold that. So I am going with an assumption that you know everything. And when I speak, you will say, you will feel that these are resonating within yourself. It will start resonating. Yeah, it makes sense. So that is what I'm looking for. And for me, you are all wonderful, beautiful, intelligent souls on a journey of life. And the journey of life is learning, growing, progressing, and progressively realizing the truth. So it's an amazing blessing, as ma'am, your principal ma'am said, that it is a beautiful gift from the creator, this life of being human, because humans have such a beautiful body, a beautiful intellect, a wonderful mind. There is a consciousness which is so expansive and can be expanded and with unlimited potential. So this will bring gratefulness, you see. And when there is a gratefulness in heart and knowing that, you have been, every single human being in this world has unlimited potential and beautiful mind that you create. You can have you have a wonderful intellect. Now, what is important is you should know how it works, what it is, this me, who am I? You see, these are the relevant questions that you need to ask yourself. Who am I? What is this I? Who gave you this name? And what is the meaning of this I? What are the characteristics? Most of you must be inclined towards scientific thinking. So there should be a lot of questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? These are all fundamental questions which should be there in your mind, which will help you, and answers will come. You just need to pose the questions and answers will come, but questions should be there. Don't take anything at face value. You should be asking questions. And many people ask me, how do we know that the answer that we are getting is right? So when there is a desire, a serious desire to know, and the pressing need to get the answer, the intensity of that question will guide you towards the right answer. So don't worry about how will you recognize what is right. This is one question. These are all profound questions posed to me by very young students. Hence, I assume that you understand what I'm speaking. So very important is you need to ask relevant questions. Now you may ask me a question that how do we know that these people to whom we ask questions, they know the answer? So it is very important. There are humans on a journey of acquiring knowledge, wisdom, and progressively learning, growing, and evolving. Hence, you should be able to open yourself and keep yourself prepared to even get wrong answers. But there is no, you should be able to judge. You see, you all are supposed to judge whether the answer that you got is correct and who should be your teacher. It's very important to know who should teach you, from whom you should learn information, and the knowledge is flowing out by the use of information and communication technology into your instruments of communication, that is your mobile phones, your laptops. It is coming to you. The time has come when information flows to you. Now is the time to not gather information and waste the space inside your memory, rather sharpen the intellect. So you should know that there is a provision to sharpen the intellect. You should know how to keep deleting the memory that is redundant and put in new information which is conducive for growth, well-being, and excellence. So all these things has to be known. These are all fundamentals of, learning to learn and how to acquire knowledge, how to keep a space to grow even more. And in the bargain, while you are on this journey of growing, learning, progressing, and progressively realizing the truth, you will be able to share your wisdom and knowledge and also your skills. You will be able to solve problems of the world, and thereby you will become even prosperous. You see, because when you are going to add value into this world, you will be always compensated for it. And that's how a human being is able to acquire power, prestige, and wealth. You see, it is also important to live in this world. So in the right manner, when you share your value, when you are able to add value to this world, you will be suitably compensated. So that is the wealth that is going to stay with you forever. So all this understanding has to be there. So today I'll be speaking about a very important aspect as to how to understand who you are. What are your attributes? What is your aptitude? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? So we all, when we are born, we slowly learn and create certain ideologies, ideals. You are indoctrinated also. So what you have to progressively realize that, what is, which part of you is growing, realizing, and moving forward. You see, how do you use your mind? What is mind? Have you ever thought, dear students, what is this mind? You see, so I will answer you this question. Any doubts you have later, you can ask me. So what happens is when you are born, you have a little bit of awareness as to this is my father, this is my mother, and whoever is nearby. And some things as, hunger, when there is a discomfort, you need to cry. So few things, So these things that are stored inside yourself. Mind is not inside the brain. It is just around you, in you, throughout you. That is the mind. We have a very small mind with a little bit of information, and slowly the mind will start growing and becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And what are the components that is present inside your mind? You will have awareness and knowledge about different things, basic things as to you need to cry when you're in discomfort. We need to cry when you're hungry. So then you will get what you want. Slowly, slowly, you will have information that is given by your parents. So they say, then your teachers, then your neighbors, then your pals, your friends, your neighbors. Then you slowly start going to school. You will get knowledge and information from your teachers. Then it will come from the books which you are reading. Then it will come from various media channels. So this is all wealth of information will start flowing to you, and you start seeing this world based on the information that has come to you. So we create our mind based on the inputs which comes from the environment, you see. And mind is the most valuable tool from where all these ideas, concepts, imaginations come out. You see, it can come out in the form of drawings, writings, literature, poetry, sculpture. In every form it comes out. So you need to have a good understanding of how your mind works. And number two is you need to know how your intellect works. Now, intellect is one aspect of yourself which comes along with this hardware. Okay, intellect. And that intellect needs to be very sharp. So how do you sharpen your intellect? So you need to ask questions. When you ask questions and you start using your mind to logically question, or critical thinking, or logical thinking, there are many ways to think. So when you use these aspects and ask questions, you will realize that your intellect is getting sharper and sharper. This is the time for you to have a very sharp intellect, because now information doesn't need to be stored in the mind, because You need, information is available to you at the press of a button on your mobile phone. Through Google, it will flow down to you. But what is necessary is to recognize from that 20,000 pages that open up, which is relevant, which is right. So what is right knowledge and right information which help you in pursuing excellence in your life is what is very important. So that is the need of the hour. Hence, all the human beings need a sharper intellect, right? So the third thing you need to look at is the memory. That is the third aspect of who you are. That is the memory. Now you know that there are so much of data, as I said, from the time you are born to the time you are now around 14 to 15 years, the amount of data you have acquired from your parents, relatives, neighbors, friends, relatives, teachers, schools, books, media, and also experiences. Data must have got accumulated, and that is known as memory. And your memory helps you to navigate this world and understand and use things the way it can be used so that it is beneficial for you. So one thing I would like to tell you, that the most important thing that you need to know in this life when you are born as a human being is that how to make decisions. It makes all the difference in your life. My dear students, I'm sure you all must have experienced how important decision making is. Now, let's come to decision making. Now, don't think that decision making is something you do when you are planning to take up engineering or medicine or the further studies or that you want to do in your life, what kind of job. It's not that only. The decision making starts from the time you get up in the morning, you see, whether to sleep for another half an hour or to get up, whether to read before you start your day or to revise before you start the day. These are all little decisions which you keep taking from morning till the time you go to sleep. So it is very, very important to know what you do in your life. And if the right decision will lead you to great success, and wrong decisions will push you towards a space from where it is very difficult to get up. You see, so when you are in school, it is very important for all the students to learn to make decisions. And number two, this gives you clarity. Two things: you should be very good in decision making, and you should be extremely good in problem solving. Because in life, whatever great technologies that you have seen, what does the technology do to us? It solves our problems. It gives us comfort. It gives you speed. It gives you all that what you need to be joyful. So the ultimate aim of all this that has happened due to problem solving is because there is a quest in humans to be joyful, happy, satisfied, and pleasant at all times. So this desire in a human directs you to find solution to problems. So every human being should be an excellent problem solver. So when you are in school till 10th or till 12th, you should learn the first thing is decision making. So how do you learn to make good decisions? So sometimes when you are young, it is okay to make wrong decisions, but you cannot make two wrong decisions. You can make one mistake, learn from it, and not make more mistakes. You see, so you should be exceptionally good in problem solving and decision making. So for making informed decisions and to solve problems, you need information, you need data. You see, you need data. So how you need to keep your data in your brain, which is easily accessible to you. See, you might have seen that you have lot of data in your brain as memory stored there, but when exam comes, it is not accessible to you. When a problem in life comes, it is not accessible to you. So it has gone and very strongly got embedded in your subconscious mind. That means it is there, but you don't know how to bring it out when it is of most importance. So if everything that you have learned in your school, in your college, or wherever you learn in your life should be used for you in your day-to-day life. You should be able to apply the knowledge. So it should be accessible to you at all times. So please remember, my dear students, that whatever knowledge and information that you gain from school, from World Wide Web, it has to be organized. So when you have data inside your mind, that is your memory, you need to organize it. And once you organized it, it will be accessible to you and you can use it 24/7. It should not be that you will get it only during exams. So study in such an efficient manner that all the data that you store in your brain in the form of various subjects should be accessible to you in the time of need. If it is not accessible to you and it is not supporting you in your journey of life, it is of no value. So certain things you have to remember. I also suggest that all my dear students of Jain International School need to understand that it is very important that you have a temple of knowledge created for yourself. Whatever I'm sharing is out of my personal experience, because I wanted to experience an efficiency and effectiveness in my life. Hence, I created this model, which is known as the model of creating a temple of knowledge. You might wonder, what is this temple of knowledge? You see, this is a temple which is created in the mind. Don't you think it is easy to create a temple by visualizing? Because you all are young, you all must have some experience of visualizing. Some of you must be dreaming, but there is a difference between dreaming and visualizing. So we can visualize things. Our brain is very, very powerful. And when we use both the right and the left side of the brain, it will give you a capability to visualize things. Okay, so in your mind, you can visualize a temple. Every single student should create a temple of knowledge. Now you might wonder, how does it look? It should look very unique. It should look so amazing. You should have a journal in which you can draw a temple, a beautiful, huge temple, which will be under construction till you recognize what is the truth, till you reach a stage in life. It may take 100 years, it may take till the time you live. So it should remain under construction. It has helped me, and if you all can start early, it is going to be amazing. You all will become a student for life. You will enjoy learning. You will never get diverted from your path. You will understand what is the purpose of life. You will keep going, keep moving without making any diversions in life towards bad things, because this age and time is such that, we can be pulled towards or diverted towards areas which is not good for healthy living. So we need to understand that life is very, very precious, very, very precious. After a lot of, as far as the Indian science is concerned, it says that with the much suffering we get, after a long time, we get this chance to be a human being. So once you are a human being, you must understand the time is very valuable and the time is very limited, and life is extremely beautiful, and learning is the most joyous thing in this world. Coming to know so many things and also understanding so many things. And when you understand, the joy that you experience can be never expressed. It's so beautiful, so amazing, so blissful. And it's a very personal experience, my dear students. Please remember that you should understand that every single person's journey is very personal. You cannot have a collective life purpose. You cannot have understanding which is collective. It's an individual thing. So always remember that you are an individual on a personal journey, acquiring knowledge and moving towards liberation. So of course, liberation is the last stage. But you should understand that this journey is very short, time is very limited, and you need to have extreme clarity to be on this path like an expert. You should live a life of being an expert. So how to become an expert? I wanted to speak to young students, hence I am addressing you all. I hope you all are understanding. So when you pass out from 12th standard, you should feel so confident and you should feel effortless living. You see, it is possible. It's so amazing. So it is only possible when you have clarity. And how do we get clarity? By acquiring knowledge, which is right, which is relevant, and which is organized. So how do you organize the information and data that you have got from the school, from home, from books, from experience? You need to visualize a temple of knowledge. And first, so how do you build a temple? Very simple. Any building, when you create, first you put a cornerstone. You must have heard about the cornerstone. So you need to lay a strong cornerstone of life. The cornerstone will be given the name I, that is you, and the foundations which you are going to have. Every building should have a very strong foundation, right? So the foundation should be based, the foundation should be, number one is non-violence, number two is integrity, number three can be hard work. It depends on how many slabs of foundation you are going to put. Okay, so in my case, when I laid the foundation, my foundation was based on honesty, hard work, non-violence, gratitude, action, devotion. So these are my slabs, the foundation slabs that we put so that our building doesn't fall is known as the foundation. And on top of that, you construct your building. Now, the temple doesn't mean it should look like Tirupati or something. It should be the way you feel it should look. It should be a very personal construction. So you have to put all the efforts so that the bricks are so perfect that it stands the test of time. You understood? So it is so there should be the brick by brick you should construct. So there may be some bricks which is the language bricks. So it will be having a language such as English. There should be another brick which is Hindi, which is again a language which is used all over India and worldwide, of course. Then there should be a language which helps you to understand things better. So I propose Sanskrit, and I always suggest to students to learn more languages, because language is very, very important to express your ideas. Very seldom students get a chance to express their ideas, their unique ideas, their thoughts. No need of, quoting other people. You will find that I very seldom quote other human beings. I quote based on my experiences, because other person's quote is that person's experience. So start having such postulates which you can quote out of your own experience. There are very great people who have done great work, but how have you experienced that particular postulate? If not, then no point quoting it. It sounds very good, but it is of not much value. So I keep it aside. So you need to have many subjects, and many times students ask me this question: why do we need to learn so many subjects? So many languages. I'm sorry, so many languages, because it is so important to understand the same topic in different languages. So it is very good to be a polyglot and understand and express in different languages, which will help you to activate that parts of the brain which will help you to see this world so beautifully. So it is not for no reason at all. There is a great benefit, and you are capable, you are extremely capable. Our brains have so developed that it can support 8 or to 10 languages. So it will help you to progress, grow, and understand reality better. So there is a Wernicke's area in the brain, and there is a Broca's area in the brain for languages. So it gets activated. So that is the best way to answer the questions to the parents and people who ask, why do you need to learn so many languages? The more the languages, the more the capacity to understand things better. So if you learn one subject only in English, you will find that you understood a lot of things. But if you learn it in Sanskrit also, the same topic, if you learn in Sanskrit also, the way it is expressed in Sanskrit is even better. So you can deepen your understanding. It's very important to have deep understanding of everything. It gives you confidence. It gives you clarity. What do you need in life? Clarity and confidence, which is lacking in people. So when you have very superficial knowledge, which is based on some data given by somebody, we feel incomplete. So when we feel incomplete and not very clear about things, what happens is there is no confidence. So we, instead of having confidence, we bring our ego in the forefront. So you understood why some people have a lot of ego. I hope you all understand what is ego. So if people bring ego because there is lack of confidence. So there is some ad hoc arrangement humans do is to bring in ego. You might have seen some students, when they score very high marks, they feel very not confident, but egoistic. So that is not very healthy. So how to gain confidence? Confidence that comes out of clarity is actual confidence. You feel brave, courageous, and also at peace with the world, and you are able to live very effortlessly. So normally you will find people speak that life is full of challenges. Life is full of problems. You will change that. You will stop saying that life is full of challenges, life is full of problems. You will start saying that life brings us a lot of situations, not challenges. It is up to you to define it as a problem or a challenge or a situation where you can, an opportunity to learn, grow, progress, and progressively realize the truth. Which is better? I'm sure my dear students will know that the right way to think is that every situation you have an option to consider it as a challenge, a problem, or an opportunity to learn and grow. So that is known as clarity. So this is one of the ways to understand things. You see, there should be a clarity. You should know how to ask questions. You should be having the courage to refute the great scientific discoveries. Nowhere it is written that all this is some written in stone. Nothing, no theory is written in stone. It's all, you can further go, and there is a scope for finding out more and more. My dear students, the time has come. You have all the facilities available. Please start questioning the things, even those which seem to be carved in stone. Start asking questions. Do refutative research. Learn how to do research. Learn how to find answers, and you don't need somebody to come home, or you have to go to school to learn. Knowledge is available on word. The right intention will bring you the right answer. So try to find out deeper truths. Understand what is reality. What is it that you see? How this reality is created? Take interest in physics, not because you should get a job after you finish your engineering, or you should become a doctor after doing MBBS, but just for understanding, have some deep and profound questions. And don't worry, you will, the moment you have an intention, you will get the answers. There will be people coming to you with answers. There may be a situation which will give you an answer. So be aware at all times. You will realize that it is so beautiful. Knowledge and wisdom and knowing and understanding and all is extremely important for us, and we can lead a joyful life without diverting from it. Into many children in this world now are getting diverted to areas which is not so healthy. You know, some of them, they don't understand reality. There is no clarity, and there is a doubt about lot of things. So the best way to handle reality is to move away from reality. They enter into drugs, alcohol, smoking, pornography. All these things are a diversion a human takes when there is no clarity, there is no wisdom, there is no knowledge. So once you know that it is a diversion and this is how it happens, then you can avoid moving in this direction. Put your mind and your body and your emotions on a goal that you want to achieve. Don't have small goals like I want to become a doctor, I want to become a scientist. You should have a goal like you need to acquire wisdom and deepen the understanding about how things work. What is reality? Understand Newtonian physics so deeply, experience it, go and do certain research by yourself. Be on a quest, get into a group wherein you will start having brainstorming sessions about how the different systems work. What is quantum mechanics and how we understand particles, and in general sense, not in a very specific sense, oriented towards progressing in knowledge in one area. You should have knowledge of everything, a deep understanding. So you should have small groups wherein I suggest that you get into groups. Personally also, no need of the school taking that step. You can in the classroom get together with students and have a small brainstorming session to understand how we can in the layman term understand quantum mechanics, how mind works, how brain works. You can have few sessions to understand the importance of brain and how to activate your right brain and left brain so that it works in sync, so that you understand things better. You see, most of the time in our Indian school system, they activate the left side of the brain, which is based on analytical thinking, logic, language, mathematics. But what happens is there should be equal and a very important contribution from the right brain also. We have a beautiful machine. It's very, very capable, and it can show you a reality like never before. It's so amazing, this machine, but you should know how to use this computer. So you need to activate the right part of the brain so that both the sides work in sync. And when both work in sync, You cannot imagine the magic of this reality. You cannot imagine the magic of creation. And you will have no time to learn and understand everything. Time will just pass by. So without much ado, my dear students, take interest in every aspect of life, construct the temple of knowledge. Any support needed, we are there to help you. Each one has to take personal responsibility to understand. So one side I said about languages, next can be, maths, geometry, music, these are all related. So you put it together and try to understand and construct slowly and surely with confidence, the arithmetic, geometry, music, all those things. Then you should understand geopolitics, the general overview. You don't need to go into deep, but you should have a basic understanding of leadership. You should have understanding of geopolitics, current scenario, what is happening. Please don't go to media and news and try to understand, because that's not the truth that comes to you. You have to put deep intention within yourself to understand. So for that, you need to keep your body, your mind, your intellect, and your memory, all these things in a right manner, in sync, so that you understand what is to be understood at your age. Don't think that all this knowledge is not right at this time. Knowledge, even if you would have been 8 years old, I would have still suggested the same things. So you are capable, and you are a complete soul. It's not that you see, the soul cannot be small or big. The consciousness can expand. So the earlier you try to expand your consciousness and understand all these things, automatically the consciousness expands, and it is possible. The faster, the better. So construct your temple like this. Leadership, life skills, all these things, you should start constructing by various subjects also. History, understand history differently. Go back 10,000 years, 5,000 years, evolution, all these things. You should have a macro view of everything. So sometimes there will be a problem regarding the limitations that we put ourselves by identifying with a particular country. You may identify with a particular gender. You may identify yourself with a particular religion. You may identify yourself with the particular sect. These will stand as a problem, a problem for you to grow. So when you are a student, try not to associate yourself too much and identify yourself too much with the nation, gender. You should believe that you are a global citizen. You are part of this world. When you are a student, you should not have very strong identities. You should have identity. You are an Indian, you are an Indian. Your passport says that you are an Indian. You may be a male or female. All these things doesn't matter. What is important is you should have a macro view of this universe. You should understand that you are just a small speck of dust in this huge ocean of universe. And then you, on the planet Earth, you are a very speck. But you should also know that this magical speck is extremely powerful and also has unlimited scope and potential. So you should be able to entertain both these thoughts, that you are extremely powerful, great scope and unlimited potential. At the same time, you are also a small speck in this huge creation. So it will help you to balance out and understand things. And the mark of an intelligent mind is to entertain an idea without accepting or rejecting it. A great man has said, so this resonates with me, hence I shared. Otherwise, I normally don't share. These wordings resonate with me. So a mark of an intelligent mind is to entertain an idea without accepting or rejecting it. Hold it in your mind, think about it, find correlations, see patterns, and then if you feel that it is good for you, take it. If it's not good for you, don't have to go and share it on media and create a negative wave, but to reject it. How simple is that? So please remember that there is a very less time in life. Our lifespan is very limited, and your people are young, growing. You see, this is the time for you to not waste time. This is a stage in life wherein you should understand that you should not waste time. Every minute of the day should be spent in growing yourself, exploring yourself, learning, and also acquiring knowledge, and also acquiring skills which is currently required. No need of learning skills that is redundant. So find out what are the skills that I need, what are the competencies that I need to grow, evolve, and be a citizen who is economically productive. Every girl and boy, please remember that you should learn the skills and the competencies which will make you an economically productive citizen of this country. So that should be also on the top scale of your mind. You should also know that you should add value wherever you go. Every day you should get up in the morning and see for opportunities to add value into this world, because you have so much of potential. So how can I add value? My dear students, you must ask your principal and the teachers that how can we solve problems within the school ourselves? Get into a group and solve every single problem. Identify 10 problems that you face in the school, from the gate to the whole building to the whatever, everything. And then you learn to find facts, organize data, and then find solutions and apply it and see whether it works. If it doesn't work, reject it. If it works, put it forward. Slowly, you can expand from your school to the neighborhood where the school is located. Then slowly from the school to the society that you are. So you become extremely powerful and capable problem solvers. So whether you become engineers, you are problem solving. Whether you become doctors, you are problem solving. Whether you are becoming scientists, researchers, designers, you are problem solving. So how do you become a problem solver is to learn problem solving from the grassroots level. So no complaining, you should find solutions, and slowly by and large, over a period of time, you will become exceptionally good problem solvers. So for problem solving, you should have data, and then data and also thinking, because this body has the capacity to think. The vibrations that come out of the mind from the data that is there in the memory is known as thoughts. When you consciously direct it, it is known as thinking. So there are skills to think. So when you have skills to think and the data in your brain is organized as a temple of knowledge, you will have everything accessible to you, whether you are on the road, you are driving in the night, whether you are living your life, whatever in your school, during exams, there will not be any stress. You see, so now I have answered you how to remain stress-free. Stress-free is when you have the answers to all the problems that might come or has already come into your life. So if you want to lead a stress-free life and to experience smoothness of living, effortless living, you need to know all these things. So I know it is too much is not right to be pushed onto you at one time, but I'm available anytime. You can ask your principal. I will be available on weekends or any day when you students have time, and any questions you all have, I am ready to guide and advise so that the future students are empowered in this country. We have exceptionally good, intelligent humans in our country. What is required is only direction. So I'm really grateful to Annapurna ma'am for this opportunity to share my experiences. And I'm really grateful to all the students who have heard me patiently, because I've been not joking much and I'm not narrating some stories, because I know what I'm speaking doesn't need any stories. You will be, if you are careful, you will pay attention. And I'm really grateful for all the students for attending and paying attention to what I shared. Thank you so much. And I'm ready to answer any question if you so have.
Yeah, students, it's all yours now. You can ask ma'am any questions that you are not probably able to resolve it. And we have the solution waiting for you from Ansel ma'am. Do not hesitate, whether right or wrong. Ask.
Yes, 1 minute. I love questions. You can unmute yourself and ask. One student has asked one question, ma'am, what about the genius minds who failed in school but succeeded in life? Examples, wow. Sir Albert Einstein. So wonderful question. Ayush Sharma, it's a very good question. Ayush, Ayush, this is a beautiful question. And many students have asked me this question that, see, this is our definition, a genius mind. It doesn't have to be academically super. You see, academic is a very limited a few subjects, just about 8 to 10 subjects, which you need to mug up and you can write the exam and pass. That doesn't show the power of intellect that you have. You see, but in the system of education of a particular country, you need to have academic qualifications, that is your school, your college, all those things that brings you, that shows you that you have learned these skills, you have acquired this much basic knowledge, which is necessary to lead a good life. But what Einstein was a person who was a genius. He was not much interested in history and geography and probably certain subjects, which is the basic requirement of that particular country. So that doesn't matter if you have a proficient intellect and capability of good memory. Then you will be able to do research on certain topics. You can come out with unimaginable answers to questions. You will understand the truth. You will know how this universe functions. So he was one of those people. So don't just go by the words that is mentioned, because a language is unable to express a lot of things. So it is an expression of a language. We say that he was a genius, but failed in school. This failed in school is not, it's a very colloquial way of speaking, you see. It is based on the requirement of a country that 10th, 12th, basic graduation has to be done, but you can be so good and supremely capable in spite of getting basic school education supported by a particular country. There is a question, ma'am, you told that we should go in different fields. Ma'am, I have urge of studying quantum physics, but parents are like that. C for setting in future, we should do about that, ma'am. See, of course, parents will have a different thought process, but that should not stop you from being on a quest for knowledge. Okay, you have 18 to 20 hours, no need of sleeping for so many hours. You can do away with the 2 hours and go for 6 hours of sleep. Spend time acquiring knowledge. I'm sure your parents won't say that don't acquire knowledge about quantum mechanics. You do it in your spare time, maintain a book and deepen your understanding. Parents also will eventually understand, because you will be doing very well in your academics. So even if it is music or Sanskrit or Chinese or quantum mechanics, all this you have to take out time. You should be efficient here. You should find out where you are wasting time. Don't waste time watching programs on TV and all. Reduce WhatsApp time. You should try to reduce all this which is diverting you or moving you out of your journey of life. And so for that, you have to write down in your diary that my life's purpose is to learn, grow, progress, and evolve and understand and realize the truths. Realize what is reality, understand the whole mechanics, how this universe functions. You see, one is the mental representation of this world, and number two is how the reality is actually. So you should know the difference, how reality is actually and how we mentally represent it. This reality, you should understand, is based on this human intellect. What we see is not what exactly is there. So all these things you will understand, but please don't get disheartened when parents say, because they know that much. So we are there to tell you something more, that you please acquire knowledge. When you start acquiring knowledge, they will also understand that my child is acquiring knowledge and going to reach states which you parents didn't even imagine. You might end up in NASA, you might end up as a research scientist, you might end up as a great entrepreneur. Anything might happen. So just explain to them, I will do my best in academics and I will do everything else. You can do it. Okay, students. Ma'am, you told that we should go to, Achha, okay. Yeah, so I have answered the questions. If does it satisfy? Any other question? You can even unmute and ask. Don't hesitate. There should be questions.
Yes, whether right or wrong doesn't matter. Ask the question.
Yes. Actually, I should say that every student should ask me one question.
If you are not ready with the question, based on the notes that you have taken, frame the question and post it to me, and I shall forward that to Anchal ma'am.
Yeah, how can we make a right decision? Yes, very good question. Somebody has asked me, how can we make a right decision? Okay, so you have to practice making decisions. You see, the first decision, whether to get up in the morning or not, that is the easiest and simple decision that you make every day. So you have to make a decision and see that my decision of getting up at 5 o'clock is good. It is giving me benefit. You have to see whether there is a benefit that comes out of the decision. It is, it is very important to know the pros and cons of getting up at 5 a.m. It's a small decision, whether to study or to watch movie. That's a decision that you make. So one day you watch movie and one day you read and see which one is bringing you benefit. Knowing very well that the time in life is very limited and we need to learn and grow. So should I be watching a TV? Write down what is the outcome and what is the benefit of watching TV for 1 hour, or benefit of reading a good book for 1 hour, or learning your subject for 1 hour. Then you write down what are the benefits. You will find that then your own system will tell you which is right and what you should do. So what is right is an outcome of having an intention which guides you towards what you want in life. You see, if it is guided by success and excellence, so you should decide first that what is the plan that you have. The plan can be, I want to pursue excellence in life. So you write in your house, you write in your cupboard, you write on the table, everywhere you write, I want to pursue excellence, or you write, I'm pursuing excellence in life. So to pursue excellence in life, what I need to do, I need to be efficient and effective. How can I be effective and efficient? So for being effective, I need to do what I've been doing in less amount of time. Am I taking more time to do something? Then you need to know that whatever you are doing is bringing some result, or it's just a time pass, time waste. So when there is result and you can do things, now how do you start doing that small thing? Like for example, you are brushing your teeth. So you want good result in less time. So don't scrub your teeth with the brush for 2 minutes because it is scientifically spoken in some books. So you see that how much time does it take for your teeth to get it? Maybe about 5 to 8 rounds of brushing and you will have a clean teeth without damaging your enamel. So you go for one which makes sense to you. Please don't go by all these things which is told 8 hours sleep, 2 minutes of brushing. All this is a concept. You should have refute these concepts and see whether it works or not. 1 or 2 times there may be some failures, there may be, but at least you will learn. So that's how you will eventually become exceptionally good in problem solving, decision making. That is right decision. What we like is right decisions. There is no right and wrong. For you, what is right is right. See, and what you need to do is make yourself so capable that your system that is inside will guide you towards what is right. And you will feel a joy within yourself when it is working out. That is the right thing. That is the right. You don't have to go and ask XYZ what is right, because what is right for you may not be right for that person. So please become so capable. So that is possible when you have self-awareness. Okay, self-awareness is also a journey which you should undertake as early as possible in life, so that you are able to experience well-being and efficiency and effectiveness, thereby pursuing excellence. And in life, when you are pursuing excellence, the result will be success, 100%. You don't have to worry about success and wealth. Wealth and success is the outcome of pursuing excellence. So excellence should be pursued in every aspect of your life. It's not only academic books. You should pursue excellence in everything. When you speak, you should know how to speak so that you can make a maximum impact. And what you speak, the communication should be bringing results. It should not be time pass. It should not be vague. It should bring results. So every little thing, whether you are arranging the books in the cupboard, it should be arranged in such a manner that even when you are blindfolded, you should be able to take out the book from your cupboard. And you should be so well equipped with the knowledge at all times that the smallest thing also you know. You should know fundamental rights. You should know your constitution. You should know all the basic GK should be available to us. You should speak more. Start talking with your friends. Have an audience. Learn communication skills. Learn leadership skills. Be proactive. There is so many beautiful things you all can do, my dear students. Please go ahead and do it. The time is wonderful. Everything is available. You don't have to struggle to get food, get water, get security, get safety. Everything your parents have ensured. So this is the amazing time to learn. And when you learn, definitely you will benefit, your family will benefit, your society will benefit, your country will benefit. So you all are great human resources. So become a very, very powerful resource. Learn everything. Whether if you want to learn carpentry, learn 15 minutes one day, read about wood. The information is available. Learn carpentry, learn everything, little things, and maintain a book. I learned this today. I know to cut vegetables. I know carpentry. I know coding. I know AI. I understand AI. So it's just so amazing. Learning is so beautiful. That's why I always say learn, grow, progress, and realize. And realization, of course, is the last one, when you realize that, yes, this is what was life. And this is how I contributed.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The joy of listening to you, the words that flow is so divine. Because when a student is ready, I always believe that when a student is ready, the guru appears.
Yes.
When the guru is ready, to transform knowledge, the shishya will appear. Yes. And I feel today that I'm indeed very blessed to be your student and listen to such, because I made note of every one of your words. And I must say my biggest takeaway from this session is the two things. One is the intensity of the question leads to the right answer.
Yes.
If your quest to know what you want to,
Yes.
know is right, then the answer comes. And when the answer is ready, the under construction temple will always have many more things to build, and that each slab of knowledge will always take to a completeness. That is
Yes.
what I understood. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
I'm glad.
And I'm sure the students, maybe I always feel that there is only one Vivekananda, there is only one Anchal ma'am, there is only one Annapurna, there is only one of our
Yes.
kind.
All
There's
one.
no
Yes.
one like us, and therefore we are unique. Therefore, we are very special. And
Yes.
from this session, I'm sure that, like me, my teachers, my students would have added surely, add this intrinsic value to their, the journey, and make it as fruitful, as progressive, as prosperous, and as happy as we can. Because
Yes.
the will to choose is my choice.
Yes. Yes. So
And I'm sure this will, a free will of choosing, what they want to be, will help them to do it in the right way from your talk today. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sure, I will plan a follow-up session with you once again, so that at least 3 times in a year we meet and we make this journey more productive and prosperous.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. With this lockdown, we are able to connect. Please feel free to connect with the students, take their whatever they have understood, and any questions they have, I'm ready to take it.
Yes.
You can mail to me or connect with me. Thank you so much, dear students. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day.